Many individuals wake up each morning with their minds immediately dwelling on their problems. These issues are intricately linked to specific memories, which, in turn, are associated with particular individuals and experiences. Picture your brain as an old tape recorder replaying the same cassette on a loop every single day. If your brain serves as a record of the past, then the moment you begin your day, you find yourself thinking and living in that past. Each memory carries its own set of emotions, and these emotions are essentially the residue of past encounters. Consequently, as you recall the memories tied to your problems, feelings of unhappiness, sadness, and pain spontaneously emerge. Your thoughts and emotions collectively shape your state of being, essentially contributing to the formation of your character. Therefore, if your initial state of being each morning is rooted in the past, it implies that your past is inevitably shaping your future. Consider this scenario: if something angered you yesterday and you wake up today ruminating on it, you continue to feel angry. Repeat this cycle for a couple of days, and others might perceive you as having a bad day. Extend it to a week, and people may start thinking you're consistently in a bad mood. Persist in this pattern long enough, and anger becomes ingrained in your character. You become known as someone who is always angry. In essence, your thoughts play a crucial role in determining your destiny. Continuing to dwell on the past means you're unwittingly creating the same life repeatedly, a life you may not even enjoy. Here's a common scenario: you wake up, reach for your cell phone, check Instagram, WhatsApp, read some emails or texts, and catch up on the news. Now, you feel truly connected to everything familiar in your life. Subsequently, you engage in a series of routine behaviors: getting out of bed on the same side, going to the toilet, brewing coffee in your favorite mug, taking a shower, getting dressed, and commuting to work via the same route. Finally, you arrive at work, encountering the same people who trigger the same emotional responses. Once work is done, you rush back home to repeat the same activities all over again the next day. This routine becomes a programmed sequence, much like a computer program. In this scenario, your free will is gradually relinquished to the autopilot of routine, and it is no longer you who orchestrates the show but the subconscious program. Breaking free from this cycle requires a conscious effort to shift your focus from dwelling on the past to embracing the present and actively shaping a future you desire. By the time we reach 35 years old, about 95% of who we are is essentially a collection of learned behaviors, emotional responses, unconscious habits, ingrained attitudes, beliefs, and perceptions. It's like having a set program running in the background, shaping our daily lives. Despite our conscious desire to be healthy, happy, and free, we often find ourselves up against the 5% of our conscious mind, pitted against the powerful 95% of our subconscious mind. Imagine it as challenging as putting an average skinny guy against an Olympic-level powerlifter in a weightlifting competition. No wonder it's difficult to make lasting changes, and we often revert to our old ways, creating the same life over and over again. So, how do we initiate meaningful changes? The key is to go beyond the analytical mind, which separates the conscious mind from the subconscious mind. This is where meditation plays a crucial role. Through meditation, you can learn to alter your brain waves, slowing them down and accessing the operating system where fundamental changes can take place. Many people wait for a crisis, trauma, disease, or diagnosis before considering change. However, Joe Dispenza's message is clear: why wait for negative circumstances to prompt change? You can learn and transform either in a state of pain and suffering or in a state of joy and inspiration. A significant portion of people spends about 70% of their lives in survival mode, living in constant stress and anticipating the worst outcomes based on past experiences. This mindset often leads them to select negative outcomes from the infinite potential in the quantum field. It's akin to choosing the worst possible option from an endless menu of food and drinks. Each time you recall a negative event, your brain and body respond as if the event is happening in the present, perpetuating the same emotional states. Breaking free from negative emotions becomes challenging because the body, conditioned over the years, has become the master rather than the servant. When you decide to make a change and step into the unknown, the body resists. It prefers familiar feelings of guilt and suffering and will do anything to prevent you from venturing into the unknown. Meditation serves as a gateway to the unknown, but the body deploys various tactics to distract or discourage you from this transformative journey. Scratching noses, reminding you of important tasks, or surfacing memories are all tools the body uses to divert your attention back to the familiar and comfortable. Stepping into the unknown is like crossing a deep river. The body fears that if you succeed, it will lose its familiar patterns. Therefore, it does everything possible to dissuade you. Despite the challenges, embracing the unknown through meditation is the most effective way to shape your future. Once you find yourself in a deep meditative state, you can begin to shape your future. What kind of new life do you envision for yourself? What behaviors do you want to showcase, and what kind of person do you aspire to be? The simple act of closing your eyes and mentally rehearsing the things or behaviors you desire in your life is the most effective way to create your future. Here's a fascinating fact: when you are truly present, your brain doesn't distinguish between imagination and real-life experience. Through the power of imagination, you are essentially installing the software programs for your future life. Your brain transforms from being a record of the past to a map leading to the future. If you consistently engage in this practice, you might just find yourself naturally embodying the traits of a happy person. Now, the trickiest part is teaching your body emotionally what the future will feel like, even before it becomes a reality. Simply imagining it isn't sufficient, you need to emotionally feel it in your body. While thoughts serve as the language of the brain, feelings are the language of the body. It's through feelings and emotions that your body comprehends what your mind is communicating. If you're not feeling anything, it implies your body isn't receiving the signal. Picture it like your room having a working internet modem, but you can't connect because you've turned off the Wi-Fi on your phone. The moment you start feeling the emotions associated with your thoughts, you become connected to the internet, and you can begin downloading your future life. Here's the beauty of it: you no longer need to wait for success to feel successful, for wealth to feel abundant, or for a new relationship to feel love. According to the quantum model of reality, the moment you start feeling abundant and worthy, you are actively generating wealth. Feeling it is the initial step toward your future. This signifies that you are becoming the creator of your own destiny, breaking free from the victim mentality and no longer saying things like, "I'm this way because of this person or that experience." Regrettably, many people find themselves trapped by their own negative thoughts from the past. Here's the thing about thoughts: just because you have a thought doesn't mean it's true. Let me emphasize, having a thought doesn't necessarily mean you should act on it. On an average day, you entertain 60 to 70,000 thoughts, and a whopping 90% of those are repeats from the day before. If thoughts play a role in shaping your destiny, then your life won't change much, because the same thought leads to the same choices result in the same behavior creates the same experience, and the same experience produces the same emotion. This is why meditation is crucial. It helps you become more aware of how you think, act, and feel. The more conscious you are, the less likely unwanted thoughts will slip by your awareness unnoticed. Meditation means becoming familiar with your thoughts, behaviors, and emotions. Instead of letting the old self influence you, you start thinking new thoughts and condition the body into a new emotional state. With time, this new emotional state becomes familiar, creating a new self. Creating a new self is like cultivating a new garden. You need to eliminate weeds and rocks, remove last year's plants, and prepare the soil before planting. Meditation works similarly. It's about preparing the garden of your mind. However, it's not an easy task. Training your body to sit down and meditate is like taming a wild animal or a dog. You instruct it to sit down and wait, but it may run away. You catch it and bring it back, repeating the process. The body resists change, seeking that predictable chemical state, even if it's toxic. When you become aware of your body's reactions and focus on the present moment, you signal to the body that it's no longer in control. You are. Your will becomes stronger than the program. Through repetition, like training a dog, your body learns to sit down and obey. When the body surrenders, there's a release of energy. You shift from particle to wave, from matter to energy, freeing yourself from the chains of emotions that bind you to the familiar past. If you commit to this for just 7 days, you'll notice differences in your life. You'll catch yourself more often, avoiding a return to the old, unhappy self. Of course, you need to repeat this process until your future reality becomes your current reality. I hope you found this video useful. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.